Hi, my name is Michael Wesco, and today my global business research team from Texas A&M University Central Texas will be presenting on our proposed strategy for solving the housing shortage in the Netherlands. After extensive market research, we developed Hydrohouse, a business concept focused on bringing floating homes to the Dutch market. By introducing floating homes, Hydrohouse will not only address the housing shortage, but also the Dutch focus on sustainability and climate resilience. It's an innovative solution that practically meets real needs in the Netherlands. Our proposal utilizes a joint venture market entry strategy. This allows Hydrohouse to implement a localization strategy. Localization means adapting products, operations, and management to fit the local market. This is done by customizing designs, following local laws, and respecting cultural norms. Localization is key for Hydrohouse because it will help our foreign company overcome cultural differences by adapting its product to the Dutch market. To better understand how to localize our business in the Netherlands, we conducted a Pestel analysis. A Pestel analysis evaluates political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal factors. This analysis highlights key factors, including significant flooding risks and a highly environmentally conscious population. By considering these factors, Hydrohouse can tailor its operations and designs to meet local needs and succeed in the Dutch market. The Pestel analysis provides a solid foundation for our proposed entry strategy, ensuring our concept is both practical and sustainable. I'll now hand it over to Olivia, who will share what we discovered in our analysis.
Hi, my name is Olivia, and today I'll be talking about the political, economic, and environmental factors that affect our project Hydrohouse. These parts of the pestle analysis help us understand how the country's government, economy, and climate shape both the opportunities and challenges for introducing floating homes. Politically, the Netherlands relies on coalition governments, which can slow policy making and create uncertainty for foreign companies. Economically, the country is stable but still dealing with moderate inflation, higher labor costs, and a strong euro that can increase operating expenses. All of these conditions influence how we plan, budget, and position Hydrohouse in the Dutch market. In the economic environment, the Netherlands currently faces moderate inflation and competitive interest rates within the Eurozone. These conditions influence construction costs, labor expenses, and consumer spending power. The strong euro can also help raise the cost of importing building materials. For Hydrohouse, these factors directly affect budgeting, pricing, and our long-term financial expectations. Being aware of economic trends help us make realistic cost projections and develop a sustainable pricing model for floating homes. The environmental environment is one of the most important factors for our project. Much of the Netherlands lies below sea level, which increases risks of flooding and rising water levels. At the same time, the country is strongly committed to reducing emissions and investing in sustainable infrastructure. These conditions create a natural demand for climate resilient housing. Floating homes fit directly into national priorities for safety, sustainability, and long term environmental planning, making the Netherlands an ideal location for Hydrohouse.
Hi everyone, my name is Cameron, and my part of the portion of the project is going to be the opportunity and identification portion. So the Netherlands is currently facing a major housing shortage, and that shortage is expected to keep rising over the next decade. At the same time, organizations like the OECD predict an increase in overall cost of living in the Netherlands across the country. When you put these factors together, it becomes clear that the traditional housing market is struggling to keep up with population needs, affordability, and climate-related risks. By building homes on water, some of the Dutch have already been exploring these structures that can help relieve pressure on land scarcity and new livable space and offer climate resilient alternatives to conventional housing. Because floating homes can be built efficiently and scale quickly, they have the potential to reduce the housing shortage and even stabilize or maintain less of carbon long term. However, because these homes are built on water, the industry faces stricter regulations and approval processes, which naturally raises the barrier to entry for new companies. This means the market is competitive, but it's still fairly fragmented, and there's still significant room for a company like ours to enter, especially if we can meet environmental standards and bring fresh innovation to the sector. Overall, the combination of housing shortages, rising living costs, and growing interest in climate resilient housing makes the Netherlands a strong market for floating modular homes. Our solution aligns with the national needs and positions us well with an evolving but promising competitive landscape. Overall, the Netherlands has always been built on water, so therefore, they've already been thinking about these infrastructures from the beginning, and I think our company will have a great solution to that. Thank you, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to explain how Hydro House should enter the Dutch floating housing market and what international strategy we should use. We believe the best entry mode for Hydro House is a joint venture with the local Dutch municipals. This is because the municipals already understand the strict Dutch rules for building on water, and they control the water zones where floating homes can be built. Working with them helps us start building faster and ensures we follow all regulations. A joint venture also builds our trust and reputation. Being partnered with the local government makes us more credible to residents and help us form partnerships with other groups. However, a joint venture does come with some risk. We may become dependent on our partner, and if their goals or leadership change, our projects could be delayed. If the municipal faces controversy, Hydro House could be affected too. And because control is shared, disagreements could slow down progress. For our international strategy, the best approach is localization strategy. This means adapting our designs and operations to fit Dutch rules, culture, and customer expectations. The Netherlands has a very specific building and environmental requirements for floating homes, and Dutch consumers expect high sustainability, strong design, and good energy efficiency. By customizing our homes to meet these standards, Hydro House has a better chance of getting approvals and gaining support from local communities. Localization shows that we respect Dutch values and want to meet their needs. Overall, using a joint venture and a localization strategy gives Hydro House the best chance for success in the Dutch market. Thank you.
My name is Carola Popa, and today I will be talking about the entry strategy that we have for Hydro House. And our human resource strategy essentially is built around a hybrid workforce model that combines local expertise with US leadership, and we will primarily hire Dutch engineers and construction professionals because they already understand the country's building codes, environmental regulations, and flood management systems. And at the same time, we'll place a small US based leadership team on site to manage operations, budgeting, and company standards. This approach allows us to stay compliant, operate efficiently, effectively, and still maintain Hydro House's innovation and quality control. And our biggest investment at Hydro House is in human capital, necessarily mass labor, because floating houses require highly skilled professionals, including floating foundation engineers, construction experts, and environmental planners. And because this product depends on precision and safety, investing in skilled labor protects our reputation and reduces costly construction errors. So, our training strategy focuses on both technical and cultural readiness. Employees will be trained on Dutch labor and workplace strategies and regulations, and we will also require cross-cultural training to make sure that US leadership and Dutch employees communicate effectively. And this supports teamwork, reduces miscommunication, and strengthens long term workforce performance. And some advantages to our workforce strategy is that it allows Hydro House to enter the market faster and with lower risk. And locally, we help reduce regulatory delays, improve cultural alignment, and gain technical expertise. So to conclude that, Hydro House is entering the Netherlands with a workforce strategy that directly supports our floating housing entry plan. And by combining local Dutch expertise and the US leadership and skilled human capital, we reduce risk while also ensuring long term success.